Right now, people are feeling uncertain because we're living in uncertain times. There's high levels of anxiety and self-doubt, and people just want to feel good and raise their vibration. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some hacks that can help you to instantly raise your vibration and give you more positive energy. How you doing, spiritual entrepreneurs? I'm Birks, and I help people to tap in to no-nonsense law of attraction to reshape your life and create a world that you design. So just before we start the video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so you never miss a video. Go and smash the like button because it's going to help us to grow this channel of like-minded, positive people. Hack number 3, start your day with a ritual and put yourself first. Some of the most successful people in the world start their day with a morning ritual. And it doesn't have to be something massively profound. It can be whatever works for you that fits into your lifestyle, but just putting yourself first for the first 10 minutes of your day, or the first half an hour of your day, or whatever time works for you. So putting yourself first helps you to deliver your best self to the day. That helps you to deliver your best self to your work colleagues, your business, your friends and family, and everything else that comes after you putting yourself first in that first ritual to set yourself up for the day. So what's an example of a morning ritual? So a morning ritual for you could just be some meditation to start the day. It could be some meditation coupled with some gratitude, or it could just be gratitude on its own. Just whatever works for you the best. As I say, find something, even if it's just for the first 10 minutes of each day, that just puts you into a positive space and aligns you to take on the day, take on the challenges, and give your best self to the day. So you might ask the question, why would this raise your vibration? Well, the answer to that is quite simple. The reason it'll raise your vibration is because you do this before you let in any of the noise of the day. Before you start checking your emails, before you start taking phone calls, before you start getting into social media, because all of them things are information coming in, and one bit of information leads to another bit of information. So if you start your day with some form of meditation and gratitude, then the information that you're taking in is either positive information because you're showing gratitude towards something, and that will take you on a spiral of gratitude before you start the day, or a meditation, whichever meditation you choose, but that is just calming the mind, whichever form of meditation that you choose to do. But either way, you are just aligning yourself and getting yourself into a good mental space before you start to take on the challenges of the day. So number 2 is change your physiology. So once you've started the day, you've started your first 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or whatever time you've put into your morning ritual, which is your first part of your morning ritual, then change your physiology. And what do I mean by that? It means to move. Maybe that's some form of stretching, maybe that's some form of exercise, maybe you're using some form of rebounder, or you can just stand on the spot and just kind of bounce on the spot and just move your body. So once you've done a morning gratitude or a meditation or something that is calm and aligns you ready mentally for the day, then you want to do the opposite thing. You want to change your physiology. You want to get yourself geared up, ready for the day physically. So this for me is the second part of my morning ritual. And again, this can just be 5 or 10 minutes. Anything that just gets the blood flowing through your veins and just gets the heart beating. I even take a cold shower. Anything that just changes your physiology, that snaps you into that, right, it's now time to take on the day. Because you've set yourself up mentally ready to start the day, and now you're setting yourself up physically to take on the day. So you see how this also raises your vibration. The first thing you're doing is you are calming the mind. You're getting yourself ready to take in all the information of the day. The second part of what you're doing is actually physically getting the body ready to take on the day. You're just getting that physiology going. You're getting yourself mentally and physically prepared. And in doing all of that, you are raising your vibration to get yourself into a more positive state. And this doesn't have to take up so much of your time. As I've said, this can just be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it can be an hour, whatever works for you, for your lifestyle. But it's just adding it as a routine to your day, just the same way that you add the routine of brushing your teeth, driving to work, whatever you do as a routine every single day, you add this into your routine. But what you're doing is you are adding things into your day to raise your vibration. And this is a way of just raising your vibration the first thing in the morning, even if it is the first 10 minutes of your day. And what I'd say about changing your physiology is at some point during the day is to get in at least 20 minutes of exercise or go for a walk, because there's so much evidence to say that it's not only good for our health, but it is good for our mental space, and it is just good to take the time out away from everything else and just take the time to be at one with yourself. And there's one thing that you do when you do exercise is you can't help but to be in the moment, because exercise forces you to be in the now. So just try to fit in at least a 20-minute workout per day, whether that's walking, whether that's following an online program at home, whether that's going to the gym. Even if you've got children, maybe get your children to do some form of exercise with you. Just try and fit in that exercise during the day. And I know that a lot of people are going to say, I just don't have the time for all this, but you have to make the time for this, because in the words of Tony Robbins, if you don't have 10 minutes in your day, then you don't have a life. And I kind of disagreed with that when I first heard that, but then I really started to think about it, because I used to make excuses and say, I just don't have the time to fit this stuff into my day because I'm so busy and I'm running my business and I've got this going on and I've got to shoot a video and I've got to make this phone call and I've got to do this and we can have this massive list of all the structure that we're putting into our day. But the one thing we're not structuring is the things that we need to slot into the day, to raise our vibration, to level us out, to give us something that can just bring us into the moment. And these things raise our vibration and bring us into the now. So I guess another little bonus hack to this is just don't make excuses. Number one, and this is a big one for me, stop watching the news. And that doesn't just mean that you're watching the news on the TV or just actually going to a news feed. Sometimes we're consuming the news through other things. We're consuming the news through our social media. We're consuming the news through talking to friends and work colleagues about what is going on. I always say this, if something is really big enough in the world and I need to take notice of it, then I'm going to hear about it anyway. And all the rest of the stuff then we can just kind of block out. It's like some of the things that happen today, tomorrow they're totally forgotten about. Now some things are big enough and we have to take some form of notice, but for the most part you don't need to know all of the negative things that are going on, and 9 times out of 10 what you see in the news is actually negative. So if you want to raise your vibration, then you're not going to raise your vibration by consuming that negative news, because that's just going to lower your vibration, that's going to lower your energy and put you into a negative state. So just watch how you are consuming the news. I won't have the news on in my home. If I even go to see family and the news is on, I will actually ask him, can they turn the news off? Even if I'm in a takeaway to pick up my food from a takeaway, I've said, can you just please turn this off or turn the channel over? I actually take it that seriously because I just don't want to consume that negative energy. So it's really difficult sometimes when you're scrolling through your social media and then news feeds start to pop up. But I do believe there's some apps, so I'm actually going to look into this myself to see if I can get some apps to stop news feeds popping up within my social media. But actually, when I talk about not consuming the news, then maybe consume less social media, because sometimes you'll notice that through the day we just find ourselves scrolling and scrolling through stuff, and even that in itself is then a form of consuming the news. Even if it's not a news feed, sometimes you'll see a negative message, or you're even in the positive post you can see a negative message. So you might have all the good intentions and only be going to good sources of good energy on the internet. Now I'm not saying don't scroll and don't go into your social media at all. If you wasn't on social media, then you wouldn't even be here watching this video. But at least try and source as much positive content as you can and try and avoid the negative content, but don't become an over consumer, because I'm guilty of that myself. Once you start into that pattern of consuming, even if it is positive content, then you can just go through your entire day. You can waste hours and hours and hours just consuming content. Now some of that content can actually be positive, like I say, but it's still not going to be a healthy thing to just consume content constantly, because you need to be living those things for real. You need to be getting out into nature, you need to be aligning yourself, doing the meditation for yourself, you need to be doing these morning rituals for yourself, you need to be doing the changing your physiology for yourself, going and doing some exercise for yourself. You can read about exercise all you want and you can listen and watch exercise all you want, but unless you physically go and do the exercise, you're not going to get the benefits from it. So I would say taking the good content, taking the positive content to raise your vibration, and then actually implement it into your own life, providing it works for you in your life and you've done enough research on it to make sure that you're doing the right things for you, then all of these things can raise your vibration in a positive way and put you into a more positive energy and a more positive state. So these are just some very simple hacks that you can put into your own life to raise your vibration instantly. If you've liked this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so you never miss a video. Go and smash the like button, because that will help us to grow this channel for positive, like-minded people. I'm Marcus Birks. As always, enjoy the journey, reshape your life and create a world that you design. I'll see you soon.